people, make sure that you go ahead and check out the Beeline Entertainment Stuff and Things shop. We got all merchandise that you're looking for, everything to promote the show. That's right, from hats to glasses to cups to sweatshirts to t-shirts, you name it. Boys, girls, babies, whoever wants to show off that they love watching the Beeline Entertainment LLC. We can't wait to see you in your brand new gear. Come on and check it out today. Let's go!
It's Thursday, y'all. That's right. It's Thursday. It's another day. Another Thursday in the record books, man. And so we behind the microphone once again to talk about what's going on in the entertainment world. That's right. Did I just say a lot for you guys? I think I just said a lot for you guys. Y'all feel real good today, guys. Man, it's been a pretty good week, yo. Work was very, very easy this week, and you always can, definitely celebrate that. Y'all had a really good work week, and I didn't really do too much, and I still got paid for it. So you know it's good if it's that situation going on. But yo, listen, if you guys don't know or not, I'm Brian B. I am the host of the Beeline Entertainment LLC. We are a network, a collection of shows, as well as other things that are all over the entertainment industry, whether you need video editing, whether you need branding and logos, whether you need anything like that. If you just want to talk some shit, you want to do some interviews, we can get it done because we are the B-Line Entertainment LLC. And that's also a website.com where you can go and check us out, everything that we offer, everything that we have, everything that we've done, all the shows that we host, 3 shows a week. On Tuesdays, we got the Beeline Web Show, and that's talking about a little bit of everything. Also some interviews. Also on Wednesdays, that's where we talk wrestling. So if you're a wrestling fan, you want to go and check out the STR Nation because we talking wrestling. And Straight Through the Roast Wrestle Talk is that show over there. And then, of course, Thursday night, it's going to be me and, of course, my boy Kyle Eric in the building. And we're going to be talking all things entertainment, yo. Sometimes we're going to have some real fun things that'll take you back into nostalgia. Sometimes we're going to have some serious conversations and talk about some things that, either is going on in the world or is, just any form of entertainment, really. But tonight, I think we got a really good show for you, especially you're going to feel it if you are on both sides of the spectrum, whether you're the younger generation or the older generation. We're going to talk about the differences in how we're kind of perceiving each other's, industry, basically. I'm part of the older generation now, which is crazy. I'm still kind of in between, but we're going to talk about it and see what's going on because we've been getting some really weird information lately about how things are, what we used to watch, what we used to like. But yo, listen, we're going to talk about it. We have the whole show to talk about it. First, we got to do this. It's called the intro. Let's go. We back at it. It's a whole nother week in the building. And listen, if you haven't already, definitely go ahead and make sure you check us out on YouTube. That's where you can like and you can share and you can subscribe. You can definitely check out our shows. Click the bell button for notifications. That's how you're going to get the acknowledgments every time to know we're on at 9 p.m. Eastern time, 3 times a week. Talking all different things, like I said earlier. Check it out, man. I got somebody else that be in the building with me. Hopefully you guys are hearing me okay. Let me actually check that real quick because lately my microphones have been crazy and it looks like it's crazy again. See, look, check that out. I'm glad I checked it. Now you guys are going to be hearing me a lot better, I'm pretty sure, because it's going to be switching over. I think it's going to be switching over. While I'm getting it switched over, I got a co-host, and his name is Kyle. Eric, what up, Kyle?
What's good? What's good?
Chilling, man. Over here. Not gonna lie.
How am I coming in? You can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you well. Hear you very
excellent,
well.
Excellent.
All right. You hear me a little bit better? I know before I was probably sounding a little bit far.
Distant. Yeah. No, you're good now.
All right, yeah. I've been, plugging stuff in, moving mics and moving
equipment and shit. That's how it be.
In there.
Kyle, what's up, bro?
I'm doing all right, man. This week has been pretty good. Yourself?
Yeah. This week has definitely been good. I'm definitely a little tired. So I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm definitely a little tired. I'm fighting the power, but I do feel good. It's been a very easy work week, but it also has been. It's been kind of a lot going on this week or whatever in my house at least. My kids are in band and you know he's my son's about to go play his football game right before we started today. He came in with his whole little drum set connection and shit and trying to show me like what he's learning. And you're proud, man. Yeah, you're proud. It feels good. I know he's, you know, if it's weird, man. You ever had those times where it's just like, you know, somebody wants to show you something for a reason.
Yeah.
They don't want to just show you. You know, sometimes people can show off, but somebody wants. Even when somebody's showing off, they're showing you for a reason. They picked you because they want to show off to you for whatever reason that is.
Oh
it's
yeah,
a good feeling.
It's great. I got nephews that are into, you know, they're gamers, but they're also like one of them was into like level design. Like remember when Mario Maker came out?
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
So yeah, they were making these elaborate levels, bro, and they were like, man, you gotta see these, or you gotta see this new game I got. And I'm like, next thing you know, they got something old school. Like they got one of the turtle tournament fighting games. And I was like.
I remember that.
I was like, okay, you have no idea what you have just done, just by showing me this. But I'm like, but then what they showed me was their competitive side.
Yeah,
they started calling me what they call people online today, like noob and like all this.
Oh,
stuff.
really?
I'm like, man, okay, I'm not even. Here's the thing, I'm not even mad. This is hilarious.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I was recently like talking about video games, man. I've been actually playing my game a little bit more. I don't know if you guys remember, but a couple months back, you know, me and IT Tiff, that's one of our down times.
Yeah.
We play PS5, man. We play Fortnite, we play a whole bunch of different shit. And lightning like struck by our house, man, and like shot our PS5.
Oh, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And it was funny because before that happened, I seldomly played the game. I would only play when it was just me and her kind of chilling and we finally relaxed for the night. So I always felt like I was wasting time. I started feeling like, hey man, if I'm on a game, I could be doing some beeline shit, I could be doing something else. So I didn't play my game as much. Like I'll play my game for 10 minutes and be falling asleep and then turn the shit off. But when I lost it, you know how it go. When I lost it,
you didn't know what you had until you lost.
All I wanted to do was play
That's
my
all
damn
you wanted
game.
to do. And plus it seemed like a bonding time.
Yes.
For you and Tiff. Yeah. It seemed like bonding time. I think like part of the reason why it was boring to you. Like were you playing by yourself and then it just became boring?
Yeah, it really was. I mean, most of the games that I like to play, bro, I like Resident Evil. I like those are my shits. Like, shooter games, Tekken fighter games, you know what I'm saying? And wrestling games, of course. Like those are my shits. Yeah. So it's like usually I'm playing by myself, but when me and Tiff play, of course, it's fun. Like I get what you mean. Like, but I don't know if it's just I'm old now. And we got a new PlayStation. If I didn't tell you guys, we got a new PS5, which I love. We be playing the shit out of it. But I can't play a fucking game without falling asleep, bro.
It's probably you got a lot going on. Like first off, you're a dad. Okay, you got kids. You got all these extra responsibilities, man. Like it doesn't surprise me that you're falling asleep. Maybe it's that you're older. Maybe it's because you're like all this elder stuff in your life. You can't keep up. You know.
Yeah, I definitely be trying my hardest to like entertain it, because now that we got it back and we've had it for like a month and some change, and I'm just like, bro, I bought me a couple games, downloaded a couple games. That's another topic. I know we've talked about video games on here before, but it is so crazy the amount of free stuff that they give you now, bro.
The amount of free stuff they give you to get you to hook you in, though. Like
I don't know, man. them PlayStation networks and stuff like that. Kyle, I'm telling you, bro. Like I get what you mean too, because you get the base game, and then you got to pay all this extra money for all the extra shit that they have with them, right?
Yeah.
But the PlayStation Network, I think we paid for the year
what is it, like $120 or whatever?
Yeah.
They got 3 to 4 games that come out every single month that are free. You download the whole fucking game. I've got UFC 5. I didn't even buy that shit. That was free. I got a whole bunch of other I just downloaded RoboCop. I wanted to play that new RoboCop, the Rogue
I knew
City.
you wanted. I knew as soon as I saw it, as I saw that commercial for that, I knew you wanted to play that. I knew
it's fire. It's fire. I like it. I like it. It's a little bit mid as far as how it's like, it's not like they spent millions on this game to be made, but it's not as low budget as you would think. Like, it's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. I like it.
Have you seen the Power Rangers Fortnite skins?
Yes, I did. We're playing it now, and we've played a couple of times. I'm off tomorrow, so yeah. When I get off the show tonight, I'm running up there, and me and IT Tiff gonna go to town. But I haven't seen the actual Power Ranger stuff in the game yet. Like, we've been battling and stuff, but we haven't seen anything. Like, I thought the Megazord was supposed to be there. I thought it was supposed to be a whole bunch of shit.
Just gotta wait. Just gotta wait.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, man, that game. Have you ever seen Ready Player One?
Yes.
That's what I think of when I see people playing Fortnite, because there's so much stuff to do and there's so many like characters. It's a promotional vehicle. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to promote something, you got to get on Fortnite.
Bro, it's not. I wish they make my ass a Fortnite character. I would fucking.
Oh, you would go crazy.
Fortnite. Yeah, me and Kyle. Yo, come on. Hit up the ENT show and make me and Kyle a character. Yo, I would love that.
That'd be cool. I don't even play it, but I would tell my people that do play it, like, listen, I'm on Fortnite. They made me a temporary character for this campaign.
I'm telling you, yo, Fortnite's pretty. Have you ever played it?
I have not. I've only seen it being played. That's it.
Yeah. When I got introduced to Fortnite, because that's definitely not my shit. Like, the Fortnite is not my realm at all. But with my kids and stuff, man, like, they were wanting to play, and I had played with my son. And then I sat there, and when I played with my son, I still wasn't really into it. But then my wife, IT Tiff, she gets on a game, and she is hands down one of the most competitive fucking people I've ever met in my life. Like, she'll be like, especially with a game like Fortnite, like, you're a team or you're an individual or you're a trio, and you run and you go around and you see people, bam, take them motherfuckers out, bam. You know what I'm saying? Fortnite, because you building shit around you to survive until you're the last person. And every time as you're playing, the circle's getting smaller and smaller, so you got to survive. Like, you got to survive everything. And me and Tiff, we get on that game, we kick ass. You would think we one of them little young kids or whatever. We kick ass when we on that shit.
Maybe enter some tournaments then.
Man, listen, bro. I never feel like I'm that good. I always feel like whenever I'm playing the game and then I feel like I'm doing really good, especially if I'm like just playing a computer a lot. Yeah. Even if it's hard mode, as soon as you play that person online, they beat the shit out of you in like 5 seconds. Man, I'm gonna be playing this whole life.
Like me, like I'm trying to slowly get myself back into gaming, but I feel like part of me is like, if you're gonna go back into gaming, it's probably gonna be a lot of retro stuff or a lot of retro looking stuff. Like for example, okay, like I told you before, my queen, she loves, one of her favorite games of all time is Donkey Kong. Right now she's playing a lot of, right now she's playing a lot of cozy games, you know what I'm saying, Animal Crossing and stuff like that. And one day we were talking, and I don't know how we got on the topic, but she told me she had never played Street Fighter before.
Oh, listen, bro.
She told me she never played Street Fighter before. I'm like, okay, one of these days when you come over to hang out, we playing Street Fighter. I'm booting up Street Fighter 2, and we are playing it. Shoot, we might as well watch one of the movies.
Yeah, no, like dead ass
movie nights, and I'm like, man, we gotta play one of the movies.
Yeah, Street Fighter. You know what's crazy, Kyle? I don't know if you remember, but of course, back in the day, you had arcades and stuff like that. Like, you have arcade, you go to the arcade, you put quarters in. An arcade can be just a location that was an arcade. It could be a
restaurant that had arcade machines,
restaurant or amusement park, whatever.
Amusement
like
park,
there was
Chuck E.
arcades in
Cheese,
certain
Dave and
places.
Buster's.
Exactly.
Yep.
But then there was like you had them where you go wash your clothes, and then you have like one arcade game.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know the first time. No. I'm saying that because you know the first time that I ever saw Street Fighter, it was in a laundromat.
Yep.
And I saw the opening scene because remember it's a dun, 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 and it's going down the building. And you see, it's first it's the guy sitting there, and then the guy goes whoosh, and then he hits him, and then it travels up the building, and then you get to the top of the building, and it says Street Fighter.
Street Fighter 2.
Bro, man.
Street Fighter 2. I spent years wondering, hold on, that says 2. Where's Street Fighter 1?
Where the fuck is Street Fighter 1? To this day, I don't know what that shit is.
We never got it over here. It was a Japanese exclusive
right now
in the arcades. We never got it over.
That's crazy. I didn't even think of that shit.
It's so different. Like you think the arcade cabinets over here were like, hard or really sensitive buttons. You had to really hit those pads. It was like roller controller pads, and you had to really hit them to get the attacks down. And it was very, very early because before fighting games were very, very simple. It was mostly just one person. Then you got then you got Street Fighter coming in the game and just changing everything up. And Ryu's hair used to be, I believe Ryu's hair used to be red. Like
I'm pulling it up right now because it's crazy that you said that shit because I never really paid. Damn, 1987.
Word.
I never realized it was that long ago.
Yeah, I was born. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. I never asked that question, yo. I always just assumed like, okay, Street Fighter. Yo, damn, you were right, Kyle. His hair was red. Look at the characters, bro.
Yeah,
that's some old Nintendo looking at.
Sprites were different. Like I only learned about that because I love history, right? Well, not every part of history, obviously, but when it comes to like pop culture history and gaming history, and music history, that's where I thrived, right? So I used to watch this show it was this show on G4 Tech TV, and they had talked about the history of Street Fighter, and that made me go, hold on, we never got Street Fighter 1. We started with 2, and then like 3 or 4 different versions of 2. And then we got 3 and more.
That's bananas. Yo, it's the thing that is blowing my mind right now is that like you said, bro, I never even I just thought it was until you said that, I never would have knew that it wasn't out here. I thought it was just a game that just passed me by because I started with 2. I honestly started with 2 with Mortal Kombat also. Mortal Kombat
I remember 1 and 2. I played 2 at the boys club, right? And they used to have the arcade cabinet right at the boys club next to some pool tables, and right next to that was Golden Axe. So people would be
Golden Axe.
And people would be standing in line to get to fight in next in Mortal Kombat 2, and that was the first time I ever saw a fatality successfully done on the arcade machine. Like they had found this out early internet, you know what I mean? And I saw something, and I saw Liu Kang transform into the dragon.
I never ever saw that shit in an arcade game. Only Sega and shit like that.
Man.
Yeah, bro. Listen, that was nowhere near what I was planning on talking about today. But I love fucking transitioning because I mean, I love video games, bro. I've always loved video games. I was sitting there looking at something earlier that was talking about I guess a new Metal Gear Solid's coming out, and that's Metal Gear Solid is one of my favorite games. Like the first one, the second one, and Sons of Liberty. I think the third one, but the fourth one also. What the hell was the fourth one called? I forgot, but it was really good. That was the one that was on PS3.
Yeah,
and it was really good. But the thing that I don't like about Metal Gear Solid is I don't like all the whole tactical espionage shits or whatever, where it's like a whole bunch of different like missions, and it's just the missions. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to do each one, but it's not like a story like how the first one was.
Yeah,
I don't know. It'd be throwing me off. I remember when I was a kid, I had rented
Metal Gear Solid from Blockbuster or one of them.
Mm.
And I was playing it and I didn't own it. So I rented it, and then I guess like Metal Gear Solid like tactical VR missions or some shit came out.
Yep.
And I rented it and I was like, man, I can't wait to get the fuck home. I want to play Metal Gear Solid. And I put it in and I'm looking like, okay, maybe is this the beginning part? Is this like the training or is it practice? And then come to find out, I found out, oh no, this is the whole game. It's just
the whole
all
game is just missions. It's just straight up missions.
Bro, that shit broke my soul, bro. So now when I see a Metal Gear Solid game, if I see any kind of like espionage tactic, I don't even fuck with it. And I'm thinking other people may be saying that too, because the guy that was talking about it was saying like, hey, nobody's interested in Metal Gear Solid anymore. It's not doing well. Well, come out with actual Metal Gear Solid game, because 4 and 1 were my favorite. Them shits. They want
play. They want gameplay, and they also want story.
That's right, man. What's wrong with people not giving us story no more, bro? Like, what the fuck is happening? We're just talking about that shit in wrestling.
We've gotten so used to. I think what part of it is, and I could be wrong because I've been out of the game for a while, but a lot of things are done online now. Like your biggest thing is to go to the next online lobby and play with people from around the world. And half the time with those games, you can go straight to lobby mode and just start playing. That's
right.
Like a story and going through missions, that takes patience.
It really does. And it's also rewarding. It's like, even with Call of Duty, I got the newest, the bundle we got was the Call of Duty bundle for PS5. And I don't even play Call of Duty like that. I'll be honest. Like, I like the zombies, but I do enjoy the campaign. I like the story mode. So I'm enjoying the story mode with the newest, I guess it's like Black Ops 6 or some shit like that now that I got.
Yeah.
But I like it. I like the one of them that came out before this one. It didn't even have a campaign. It was just all online. Like, just play and do your online missions with your team.
Yep.
I guess that's cool, but it's not my cup of tea, bro. I like playing the story.
I like playing the story too. I like when I got a little brother, and when he was playing it, and he's a gamer. He's more of a sports guy, but he's a gamer, right?
Yeah.
So when I would see him play with his boys, most of the time it would be online, right?
Okay.
And hearing the stuff that they're talking about, they're cussing each other out online, trying to mess with each other so they don't get hit. He would play Call of Duty. He would play. I think he played Fortnite and in a few other games when he was younger. And now, I think he still games from time to time. But
yeah,
it's hilarious to see how things have evolved. And I know that wasn't our main topic for tonight, but it's funny how it's funny to see how things have evolved. Like we went from pixels and polygons to straight up just being able to talk and learn and stream online while gaming. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's fire. Like I always think about like if the teenage me, right, who could not play games over the weekdays because my mom did not want me in front of the TV all week. So she'd be like, no watching TV or playing video games Monday through Thursday. Friday I was able to, just go crazy. Right. Yeah. So I go over my boy's house. We'd be playing Smash Bros. or Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi or Mario Kart, anything that was out, because he had almost every, like I had friends that had almost every system that was out in the 2000s, and it was like, man, and I held the tournament at my house once, right? And I love thinking about that.
Bro. It's so much fun, man. Past some of my fondest memories was just sitting in the room with my cousins and stuff like that. And we pop in Mortal Kombat, we pop in, WWF Raw, and we just pass the controller. That's it.
Yo, some of the best fucking times in life was in those rooms of somebody getting mad, smashing the buttons and fights. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I remember, I was remembering because we were playing like the what the hell they call it, the ROMs, and I was remembering we used to have Super Nintendo, and the games we were playing, we were all in my cousin's room. It was like 6 of us, and we were all in there. We were playing NBA Jam. It was True Lies, the game for Nintendo, Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
And we were playing it was a Mario game, and then of course it was wrestling. It was WWF like WrestleMania, and it had like Bret Hart and Hulk Hogan and Macho Man. And it was an old one, like really old one. You go outside, you pick up the chair, smashes on that motherfucking head. But we were having so much fun, bro. Just switching the controller back and forth, yo.
Yeah.
Good times, man. Really good. Yo, Kyle. I think we need a B-line. I'm gonna tell y'all too. I think we need a nostalgia night, bro. I think I've been feeling it. I've been feeling it.
Definitely.
I've been feeling it lately. Talking a lot about nostalgia lately. But guys, listen, we're gonna we do got a topic we're gonna talk about tonight, and we're gonna keep it cool. We're gonna keep it brief. I am gonna, I say it all the time. But I'm still getting back right into the swing of my consistency is the biggest thing. Damn, I wanted to say this too. I almost forgot to mention it. But yo, guys, we're going to Dragon Con. We're going to Dragon Con. If y'all know Dragon Con, it's in Atlanta. It's pretty much the comedy. I'm not comedy. I told you I'm tired, bro. The Comic Con over here in Atlanta. We're going August 30th. The Beeline. Me, Brian B. I will be in Comic Con, so you guys can definitely come and meet me. I'm gonna be conducting interviews with people that are just around looking for the greatest costume. I got a lot of really interesting questions that I want to ask people, some including like what's your favorite 90s soda, or 90s snacks, or like just different things like that. And we're also going to be making a lot of content, man, so come with us, please. When we get back, I'm hoping that we have a bunch of different people who are going to be able to come on the show, maybe. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But August 30th, yes, Kyle, man, I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of fun, bro.
Man, trust me, if I could, I would.
Bro, I wish if you was close enough, shut up and pick your ass up.
If I could, I would. I got family who haven't been to a con yet.
Yeah,
my girlfriend hasn't been to a con yet. And that would be just dope. I haven't been to a con in a couple years. It's been a couple years.
This is actually going to be my first one, bro. And my brother just left now, but he was telling me because he does security for him.
Oh,
so
okay.
At the hotel where they have it, and he's told me in the past, like, yo, listen, this thing is awesome. Like the people there are really cool. It's a lot of fun.
Yep.
And he was like, yo, you should go. And he said it this year. And usually I'm like, I'm always making an excuse, but I'm like, why the fuck am I not there? I should be there. Like, so yeah, we got a whole bunch of beeline stuff.
Dude, you're a podcaster. You're a podcaster. You talk about wrestling, pop culture, stuff like that. You need to be there, even if it's just you're like a spectator. If you like, dude, we are live.
I'm telling you, we're gonna be there, and we're gonna be doing interviews and telling people.
When you go to an artist alley at a Comic-Con, okay, you are probably going to be in awe. I'll tell you a quick story. So my brother, right? Him and I we're the two oldest, right? And he is not a he's not like a nerdy guy like me. He's a bit more of a he is. He's a techie. You know what I'm saying? His whole thing is like he'll make websites, and he's done and he's worked for the government and stuff like that. So he's
real deal.
He's a bit of a techie for real. He'll do he'll do cybersecurity and things like that. So it's for real. So, but he had never been to a convention or anything before. But one of his homies, they had a table there. Right, they were doing a presentation for a game or something, right? So he's there checking everything out, and he calls me while he's there, right? He video chats with me while he's there, and he's in the middle of the artist alley, just soaking it all in. And I'm sitting here like, bro, you like right now you are living my dream right now. But I'm so happy to see that side of him come out, because as soon as he saw Ninja Turtle art and freaking Thundercats art. He was like, I need this right now,
bro.
Right?
Listen,
pick
man.
something up for me.
Yeah. And I respect so much respect that I have for those people who are doing that amazing artwork, yo. If there's one thing that I love the things that I love, and then people doing their own like renditions.
Yeah,
bro. There was this guy that I worked with when I worked at Target, and one day, like, we always talk wrestling. And I forgot how it came up. But he was like, yeah, he was like, I just finished my piece on Macho Man or some shit. He was like I was like, finish your piece? Like, what do you mean? And he's like, yeah, I do art. I draw the wrestlers. And I was like, okay. So I'm just expecting to see just like pictures. When I tell you this motherfucker had like museum level pictures of fucking Macho Man, Hulk Hogan.
He had been drawing for years. What
the hell? All of this talent coming out, this guy holding a fucking scanner in Target, scanning price tags.
Yeah,
I saw that shit. I was blown away, Kyle. I was like, yo, the art form is so underappreciated, man. Like this, you should be getting thousands right now, bro.
Yep. One of my best friends. That's how we met. That's how we connected. We connected through he basically saved me from a guy who was treating me wrong at work. Right. I was bagging for this dude who was ragging on me the whole time. And he's like, hey, Kyle, come over here. Right. And then we start communicating. He's like, hey, are you into this? You into that? Are you into anime? Now I noticed he had a Yu-Gi-Oh pen on his on his shirt. So we started talking about that. Next thing you know, we're having lunch together, and he's got notebooks of stuff that he drew. Notebooks, full books of stuff that he was drawing and working on, right? And that's how we became friends. Till this day. That's my brother. You know?
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah, like I've met a lot of my friends through the stuff that we love, which is anime, art, music. Even his wife, she hooked me up with some art. Well, I paid her. You know what I'm saying? Like she's doing the work. She's getting paid.
Hell yeah, getting paid.
So, putting in all that work, drawing. She draws for her kids. She draws like art pieces and stuff, custom art pieces for her kids, and she sold some stuff to me. And it's like all you gotta do is give her the idea and time, and that's it. That's
beautiful. Yeah.
Artists,
beautiful.
we all like I wish I could draw like that, but my talents are different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Shit, me too. I mean, a lot of that stuff. But like you said, we got our own. Everybody got their own niche. But
and
man, shout out too. Oh, she draws.
Ty, she's a digital artist, right?
We gotta get Ty on the show. Maybe for the nostalgia night, we gotta see if she's interested.
Shoot, if she's not already asking, watching, I'll ask her.
Sure. Yeah, please. Definitely gonna do that. But all right, let's go ahead and try to get some of the stuff we're gonna pinpoint today. Like me and Kyle were saying, we're like, consistency is big right now. So you see us in front of these cameras, we're gonna be talking something. We're gonna entertain y'all. But tonight, the top 5, we didn't say it. We were supposed to do it last week. We're going to do it this week. We're going to be talking about summertime feel-good movies.
Yeah.
And we got our 5, from last week. We're going to introduce those at the top of the hour, or the top of the next hour. But right now, we have something we do on this show, and it's actually something we're supposed to do on this show because it's part of the show. And that is I'm going to get it for you in a second. Hold on. I'm going to get it for you in a second. Let me fix stuff. Hey, my name is Brian B., and sometimes I do things right. Sometimes I do.
This is live. So.
What am I doing, bro? It's live. You can't do nothing about it. But this is the Watch List. That's right. Today on the Watch List, we have a movie for you, and it is a movie that I watched. And I'm going to talk to you guys about it. Now, I think I have the video here or the picture here, but we're going to go ahead and just put the banner. The movie is, tell me if you saw it. The people want the song. Jurassic World Rebirth. Now, I only have one on my watch list today. I think Kyle has one he wants.
I got a couple.
As well.
Yeah, I got
some. So Kyle got some. I got one. Now, we're going to talk about Jurassic World Rebirth. Okay, so first off, this is if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the 6th rendition of Jurassic Park.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure you had the first 3, and then you had Jurassic World, and they had maybe this is the 7th actually. This is the 7th because Dominion was before Rebirth. So this is the 7th rendition of Jurassic Park. Now to give you guys a little history on Brian B. and Jurassic Park to this day is one of the very first movies that I remember going to the movie theaters to see. It may be my first movie of all time. So not for nothing, Jurassic Park definitely has a little spot in the heart. You know what I mean? Like, I love movies, and it was such a big deal when Jurassic Park came out. I remember it was so packed in the movie theaters. That was the first movie that I saw. I had to sit. We were all sitting right in the front of the fucking movie theater, bro. The worst. You would think it's the greatest seats in the world, but it's the worst seat because you're just looking up like this, and you can't. You watching this side, and shit's happening on that side. You got to turn it, bro.
I never liked sitting in the front row in the movie theater.
Have you ever? What's a movie that you could remember you sat in the front for?
Avatar.
Listen, bro, you was just watching colors. You ain't
listen, the reason
7th. Okay, thanks, Rick.
What's up, cuz?
What up, bro?
But the reason that I had no choice but to sit in the front, and that's because at the time, this was when the Avatar movie was at its peak, right? It was doing serious numbers, right?
Yeah.
And remember when they tried to turn like everything was 3D, right?
Yep. Every single movie was 3D.
You had the regular screen version. You had the 3D version. We decided, me and my friends, we all decided to go in a group, right? And one of our friends was running late, right? So he ran late, so we ended up having to go to the 3D screening, which was full, right? Yeah. So I had no choice but to get the 3D glasses and sit in the front row and watch, and watch it. Now that movie is built for 3D, but this was a regular movie theater. This was an IMAX. So, so while I could enjoy it, I still had to do this.
Yep. Sitting there, you might as well have a headrest and somebody holding you.
Exactly.
Yeah. It wasn't the most fun, but at the same time, I was young. I mean, Jurassic Park, the first one, I believe, came out in 1992, if I'm not mistaken. And at that time, something like Jurassic Park was uneffing believable, bro.
Yeah, it was huge, especially with CGI being what it was at the time.
Crazy. Like literally going 1993 is when it came out. But going there and seeing live dinosaurs, and then of course the scene on the bridge with the car with the kids and the car and everything, bro. That shit was. I remember fucking being blown away. Jurassic Park may be the reason why I love movies so much to this day. So every time one has come out, I've watched it. I've watched every single one. Some I've cared for a little bit less. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the first one. The second one is goated. Lost World of Jurassic Park to me is goated. Jurassic Park 3, iffy. It's just kind of interesting. Jurassic World, I thought was really good. I enjoyed Jurassic World. I know it gets a little hit or miss there, but I enjoyed Jurassic World.
I saw it twice.
Yeah.
I saw it twice. The second time was with a couple friends who hadn't seen it yet, and I like it, but there's just certain things that made me go, can somebody and like when they said, the world is getting bored of dinosaurs, I'm like, how? That's bad. Like, I don't know.
Kyle, think about it, man. You never listen with us. Listen, bro. We walking around with computers in our pockets, 600 fucking channels. If you would have told that shit back in 1993, that you gonna have computers in your pockets and you still gonna be bored, bro. Listen, it's not far off, man.
Yeah. Then they had to. I mean, we know that they had to do the the gene manipulation thing, but then I felt so bad for the dinosaur that they created because it has to be here.
Right.
It was it was scared. It was like, and you gave it all these abilities and stuff and danger. What kind of waiver do you think they got to sign before you take that job as like to feed the freaking dinosaur.
Like, may not come back. Just letting you know.
And then I complained a little bit about like the characterizations of like of two characters. Like, okay, so they got together once, and now they're basically acting like a divorced couple, and now
that is true.
And now they're back together by the end of the movie. But then the second one for the Jurassic World series comes through, and they broke up again.
I'm trying to tell you, it's the biggest waste of fucking time. Waste of storytelling.
You could have had them together helping people out, but no, you had to add in the drama. You could have had them get together at the end of the second movie. Just have them be friends who are at odds with each other or something. Like, yes, there's sexual tension, but no, you just had to. And then
or brother and sister at that shit. I mean, you can do something. I don't know.
Man, just please, it didn't make no sense to me. Blue, I like blue. I like I like the Raptors. I liked all that, but yeah, it's just, was it really needed? No,
it wasn't. But just being able to watch a movie that has dinosaurs and shit like that or whatever, I mean, I guess that's the fun part and everything, man. Jurassic World, what up, JC? They're two of my fave fellas. How was it? Well, I never seen that before. How's it? Brian and Kyle, what's going on, bro? Yeah. Doing pretty good, man. Talking about Jurassic World Rebirth over here.
Mm-hmm.
But Kyle's right. I feel the same way. I mean, I was entertained by Jurassic World. It was a lot of goofy stuff, but Jurassic World. Then it was Dominion, or then it was the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I think it was that one was just like another one. I was just like, okay.
Look, have y'all not learned yet? That's the like. Come on.
It started getting worse and worse. And then they brought back the originals and Dominion. And then you had Jeff Goldblum, you had Sam Neill, you had fucking Laura Dern, Alan Grant, and all. They brought them all back. And I was like, oh, it's going to be fire. They coming back with the new guys, Chris Pratt and them. Nope.
They just did it. They did it for nostalgia's sake.
Bro, with no story. Goofy ass story talking about some damn kid. The whole movie, we looking for dinosaurs.
The clone?
Bro, that shit was so ass, yo.
I was done from that point. I can't even watch the cartoons. Like,
Netflix, the fucking
I can't even watch the cartoons. The cartoons are probably better story wise, but
probably my son be watching them all. Listen, bro. But listen, you hear me and Kyle laughing. Listen, let me tell you something. Let me just gear y'all up. The laughter ain't gonna stop for me because this Jurassic Rebirth shit might have been one of the worst fucking movies I ever watched in my life, yo.
Oh,
let me tell you something, y'all.
Really?
This shit was not the father. Remember Maury? This shit was not good, bro. Now, if you are a fan, even now, there's some times where you can say something is not good. You can have your opinion and stuff like that. And you're like, well, you got to be a really good dinosaur fan. You have to really like dinosaurs. You can like dinosaurs more than any paleontologist, whatever they're called, ever in history. And you are not going to like this fucking movie, bro. This is not good, man. Hey, Ty. Thanks for the great show so far. That's awesome.
And
thank you for that. But Jurassic World Rebirth. I mean, it was just a lot of stuff, man. First of all, you see this shit right here? I don't know what the fuck. Kyle was just talking about like the dinosaur they made in Jurassic World.
They had to up the ante somehow, right?
It seemed like what they were trying to do, and I think they were saying this as they were making it, but they were trying to make it some kind of like horror dinosaur movie. And when I tell you, they super missed the mark on that shit. But it was just like, it was weird, man. It was like there was so much going on, and it was hard to like really care about the people who were in it, and people were just dying randomly, and it was really fucking weird, bro. A lot of the movie didn't have dinosaurs. You started seeing them later on. A lot of goofy, kind of like how you were saying before, it's Kyle, like girl got problems and husband died or friend. I don't even know if it was husband or boyfriend, whatever. But it was just not good, bro. The ending, you can fucking forget about it.
Let me tell y'all something right now. I still don't know what the fuck happened at the end. I'm telling you guys right now. Dude. I watched it and I still don't know what the fuck happened at the end. Dude. It was very weird. Like everybody's acting was kind of just lame. The bad guy was kind of just lame. Like, yeah, it was not good. So I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna really say that. So y'all know damn well I'm about to rate it in a minute. But Kyle,
I know you about to roast. I know you about to roast this. You just roasted this joint. So
Kyle, I might have to make some negative numbers for this motherfucker. Hey, just little cool news for my bros since I moved to Flip the Script series from Facebook to YouTube. Y'all are 2 of the top 3 view-wise along with boy. Okay, cool, bro.
Nice.
Cool.
All right, keep
That's
moving,
awesome.
man.
Sounds keep good, moving. Bro. Yeah, awesome. That's awesome, JC. But Kyle, before I give my rating, bro, you got anything to say on it? I mean, was it something you were looking forward to watching?
Not really. Only because there's been so many of them. You know, like that's that's it. There's been so many of them. I feel like it needs to take a breather as a franchise. You know, but there's something for everybody. Somebody's gonna enjoy this.
Bro, you know? I mean, yeah, I guess like you said, there's always going to be somebody who like sees it a certain way or whatever.
Exactly. I mean, and this could potentially be someone's first ever Jurassic Park movie.
That's sad as shit.
We
better get their ass to Netflix right now.
We are at that age, bro, where franchises have been around for so long that the new generation is enjoying it differently. So who knows? You know?
You want to know something? It's interesting you say that, bro. And you actually make a really good point because to some people, because listen, I'm not one of them, but remember the ending of the first Jurassic Park movie?
Yeah.
Like, it was awesome. I thought it was awesome with the Raptors running around, and then the big T-Rex came, and then the Raptors kind of saved them from the T-Rex because they started attacking the T-Rex, and then it kind of just left with the dinosaurs over there fighting in the fucking main hall, and then they kind of bounced. Yeah, that was it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, so much happened. There was so much story. And you saw where it was going. Like the guy, he literally fucking reinvented dinosaurs, and he made a park for everybody to come see. But the park, before it can even get open, all that shit crashed to hell. And Jurassic Park was so good, bro. Based off a book. Based off a book. Based off a book. Find out until later. Yeah.
Based off a book, and they're trying to kind of recreate it in real life.
Yeah. Listen. Hey, Kyle, I am a firm fucking believer, and I believe wholeheartedly you are as well. Bro, listen, there's a whole island or a planet or whatever the fuck you want to call it with dinosaurs and Mario and all the shit we play and video games all on that bitch right now, bro.
Or they're working on it. And
Kyle, you don't think that there is an island somewhere right now? You know how many islands and places that are on this planet that we don't even fucking know about?
Oh, definitely. There's there's a lot of unexplored territory. There's even new stuff being like, you see what's going on, and I forgot what part of Africa. Some of the islands over there, some of the land masses over there are splitting, and they're forming a new part of the continent. So stuff is changing and happening and evolving right in front of our eyes.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
and not for nothing, all the people that are, the people who got money and the people who are over there, like, who know about these, places of land, just like this movie, the same kind of thing, the same kind of information. Like they're trying to discover some kind of cure. It's always, hey, we're trying to help everybody. So we have to go do some crazy ass shit.
We're trying to help everybody, but at the sacrifice of these people or this land.
It's always some money shit, bro. It's always some money shit. But damn well there's some people on a fucking island that we have no idea about right now, building dinosaurs and robots and giants and all that shit, bro. It's crazy. Super crazy. What you talking about, Rick? It took a 11-year break between 3 and 4. They should have waited a little longer for Hey, maybe, man. I mean, it's also just there's just not the stories that they're putting into some of these movies
like Jurassic Park, like Godzilla. Like, we don't need the type of story they're putting into it. Like you said before, Kyle, oh, the girl, she's a clone. You're making the movie about the girl now. I know there has to be dialogue, there has to be story, you have to have human interaction.
There's the human interaction, drama, but
exactly, but not to the point where it's dominating the fucking movie and you can't enjoy what you're watching it for. The dinosaurs,
like, you're putting way too many plot lines into one. Like
that you got to close, that you got to focus on.
Yeah,
absolutely. But no, I feel you. I still agree with you. Like, they maybe should have waited, because they did just have, the Jurassic Worlds come out. It wasn't even like it was any time between them. It was fucking just happening. But guys, let me go ahead and just give you my honest opinion on Jurassic World, and it's only because it's the only number I have left to hit. I would have another one, but
Boo, you stink!
Boo, you stink. Sorry,
boo, you stink.
You are the first movie to get a effing
that
one.
was the first. What we've been doing this show, you and I, for months. I've never seen you give anything a 1.
Dead ass, bro. I feel nothing either. But I give it a 1 because, like we were just talking about, the storyline was really stupid. The storyline was fucking stupid, bro. You couldn't care about the characters. There was nobody to really care about. There was one kid in there that had potential. He was kind of playing like the ass clown teenager. Yeah. And then when shit got real, he kind of stepped up a little bit, and you were like, oh, okay. But then they really didn't even do nothing with that. Like, it was like they could have did something with that, but I'm being real with y'all, bro. I'm being real. There was like a little dinosaur in there that the little girl kept, like, it kept coming to the little girl. The little girl was feeding it, like, hey, little, Lucy, whatever they fucking called her. And you just knew. Me and my wife both looked at each other. We're like, yo, listen, something's going to happen, and the dinosaur is going to attack the girl, and the big mom dinosaur is going to come out and fuck the dinosaur up.
Of course.
And it made it perfect. It made it perfect. Like, if it would have happened, I would have been happy. But it didn't happen.
Yo, we got our boy Steady in the comments right now.
Yes, Stead, I saw you.
In the comments right now. He's hilarious.
They didn't need any more Jurassic Park movies. It could have stopped at Jurassic World. Okay.
I agree.
How you feel about that, Kyle?
I agree with him, to be honest. It could have stopped at Jurassic World. I agree with the rating.
At least the black guy made it. Yo, but Stead, I wasn't gonna say too much because I didn't say spoiler alert. But I'm just listen, bro. That was one of the stupidest parts of the movie, bro. They didn't say anything why he fucking made it. Why did he make it? It made no sense. That shit made no sense, yo. Oh brother, this movie stinks.
Oh,
yeah. I'm telling y'all, bro. If for y'all to watch that movie, it's gonna be fucking crazy. The raft scene with the T-Rex was Yo, listen. This girl, the fucking T-Rex in the first movie destroyed a fucking Jeep Wrangler, bro.
Yep.
Ripped it to shreds. This girl survived on a fucking raft. Listen, y'all. We are not playing. Yo, Jurassic Rebirth, that shit gets a 1. That shit gets a 0.5.
Woo!
And that's just because it was on. That's just because it gave me something to watch while I was doing something. That's the only reason that shit got a 0.5. Otherwise, that shit gets a 0.
You watched it at home?
Damn, yeah. I watched it. I watched it at home somewhere where I was at in the movie theater. Somewhere. At home in the movie theater.
I'm just saying, because these movies be coming out digitally a lot quicker now.
Yeah, yeah, you can watch it. It's on what's it called? Amazon or whatever.
Yeah,
so you can watch it now. I mean, that shit should have started off on Amazon. That shit should have went straight to DVD. Remember that shit back in the day? Oh, shit. Straight to DVD. Should have went to VHS. But she should have stopped at the commercial, car. It was like, it's getting better than this.
Oh my god!
Yeah, we going in on Jurassic
you
World.
Roasted it. This turned into a roast.
We killing it. But listen, yo, guys, I know I had the whole. See, we talking other stuff or whatever. It's hot as fucking here. But Yeah, listen, I had a whole show put together tonight. I got slides and everything for you saw the topic. You saw it's on everything, Stead. I'm telling you right now. You saw the topic. We were talking about how stuff is getting really sensitive now, man, with art forms. And listen, we're talking about Jurassic World and shit like that or whatever. We laughing about it. But one of the reasons why things are so delicate now and people are so scared to take risks and do things is because of this conversation. Like, it's very hard to please people, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just talking about to entertain people. I'm talking about to do things to where people don't feel hurt, don't feel attacked, don't feel like taking it personal. You can't do shit. And one of the reasons why I set this show up was because one of my favorite movie series, collections or whatever, recently was just getting talked about, and that's American Pie, bro. If you guys are like me, you remember when American Pie first got introduced. You remember when American Pie first started coming out? Did you see the trailers for it?
I remember the trailers. I remember seeing the trailers for it because the a lot of the advertising was around the father and the pie scene. It was very focused on these two. Yes, this scene right here was like the vocal point of the trailers, and this was 1998, 1999, before they told you the entire movie in one trailer. So
that's right.
So yeah, this was very focused on the pie,
Man, listen, and if you watched American Pie, now listen, don't get me wrong. The movie is crazy. Like it's teenage shit, bro. It's 90s teenage kids that are on their hormones, that are definitely doing some it's funny, Cal, because of course I had my hi hat on and I was ready to go in, right? But as I'm talking about it and I'm thinking about just the beginning scenes, we're talking about the pie, right? But when you think about the beginning, when did you watch American Pie?
I watched it. I didn't watch it as a kid. It was a rated R film, wasn't allowed to. So I would catch it occasionally when it was on TV, right? Okay. I would catch it on TV when it would be like on TBS or USA or one of those channels in the middle of the afternoon. And at the time, I was still a teenager going into adulthood. So actually getting to watch it, I was like, do I really? Because here's the thing. I didn't watch American Pie first. I watched American Wedding first.
Oh, you started off backwards.
I watched American Wedding first because that's when I felt comfortable with it, because I knew that it was a sex comedy. So my thing, especially being a teenager, sex comedies, I was a little sheltered, right? So I felt a little iffy watching it. And then next thing you know, my parents come into my room and I got to explain why this is. You get what I'm saying?
You got a lot to explain if they come in the room. I'll just say that.
Like you get what I'm saying? I remember the first time I watched Boogie Nights, and that was on TV.
Man.
And that was on TV, and it was late summer night. My dad walks in as soon as the girl with the roller skates takes her shirt off.
You had a conversation that night.
No, he laughed.
Oh, he did. Okay, good.
He laughed and told my mom, "Oh, Kyle's over here watching naked girls."
Hey, listen, I'd rather that than others. I'm sorry.
Right. So he laughed his butt off. But American Pie, when I finally watched the movie, I was like, okay, I've seen movies like these. It's like you ever seen Porky's?
Yeah. And that's kind of the dialogue, whether it's Porky's or National Lampoon.
It's like that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, because I rewatched it to prepare for this show.
Yeah.
I get why people are upset by it today. I get it. Like you said, it was crazy. That first 5 minutes, right? That first 5 minutes of him watching, we know the scramble channels, okay? We come from the scramble channel days, okay? Yep. That first 5 minutes, and then that conversation they were having about about the girls and what they want, and what they want to do. Now, granted, I have heard conversations like that before, because we've all been in high school. Now we know that certain things change, as time goes by, but certain things stay the same. But one thing I realized is, yeah, I get why they're upset. Now, I read why why people were saying that they were upset, right? So I looked up the Reddit post, and some were like, "Hey, it's just a dumb going nowhere sex comedy." But then you scroll down, and then you see 2 points that were made. Number one, that's all they were talking about. The guys, that's all they were talking about, was getting some. Until the middle of the movie, when one of them actually falls in love and then realizes that, nah, I don't want her just to have sex, because they make this whole, not a bet, but a pact that they're all going to lose their virginity by college.
That's right.
So that's their whole thing. And then the second point that someone brought up was the foreign exchange student.
Nadia. Woo! She had Elizabeth.
Nadia.
Man, that girl was bad.
When she came by Jason Biggs' house and changed her clothes in her room. First off, that's not realistic. I don't know what parent is gonna let. Like, I look. I'm just gonna say that's not realistic at all.
God, wild. It's a wild out there. There's some teenage pregnancies going on.
For real. And then the webcam masturbation scene. They brought up the fact that she did not consent to being filmed or on camera, and I understand that. But hormones, and this is not an excuse, but this is basically this was the whole point of the film. The only thing that was driving this movie up until the end was hormones. That's all it was. They thought they knew it all. Like, Stifler is hooking up with these girls. One of these guys is starting. It has a rumor that he has everything that a woman wants. And Jason Biggs and their friends are all trying to get laid. Like, that's all it is. Like, this is modern day Porky's, right?
It's fucking great, man.
That's all it is. But I did enjoy it for when it calmed down and they realized, no, hold up. I can't just do this just to do this. I get they learned their lesson by the end of the movie, and it seemed like it.
No, you're saying it good. You're saying it really good.
Yeah. It's very that's the thing. I can understand why people are upset because of those. Those are two very good points, But
I mean,
I also have to see it for what it is, and that's just a straight up and down teen sex comedy.
And Kyle, but isn't that the point though? That's the shit that I'm kind of like struggling with nowadays, man. First off, for people to go and watch something from back in the day and then judge it now. First of all, of course, shit is a little different. Like you're not, you may not see things the same way. Things are different times, different, situations that you have no knowledge of. Yep. First of all, everybody that is judging, remember, this is very fucking important. Everybody that's judging is coming from an era where they have an unlimited supply of knowledge, information, imagery, fucking feeling, stimulation. Constant. Think about it, Kyle. You were just saying it. This movie fucking starts off with a guy masturbating to the fucking Scrabble channel. To the fucking Scrabble. Listen, you know how hard we had to work. We had
more ways than one. Yeah.
Bro, we had to try our best to find, if it wasn't pictures, if it wasn't a fucking Victoria's Secret catalog,
man. And this was still dial-up internet.
That's right.
So that's right. So he's sitting here watching the Spice Channel, which, by the way, back in the day, kids. Okay, look.
Hopefully,
in the
no
day,
kids watching. Not this episode.
no, not this episode.
at least this part right
at
here.
At the very least, you got to be at least 18. Okay.
Right.
But when we had the scrambled channels, right? A particular channel that was very spicy did not have. They made sure that was the only channel with no sound. The rest of the scrambled channels had sound. HBO's, Cinemax, all that stuff, they all had sound.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
The Spice Channel, unless somebody messed up and you heard the occasional sound, did not have sound. It had shapes.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? But it did not have sound. So part of me is like, okay, they had to do this for the effect, because there ain't no way in the world that it's this loud in his room and he's watching a scrambled channel.
That's right. Yeah. I didn't even think of that shit, honestly.
Please, I overthought the heck out of this.
Yeah, that was a smart fucking observation. I'll tell you that right now.
I overthought the heck out of this film, because I'm not as bad as Jason Biggs' character, but at 13 until about 25, I was basically him.
Listen,
I am not as bold as these kids were in the film at all. I am not like I would not. I'm a very introverted guy. My whole thing was internet. I would wait for a picture to load. You know what I'm saying? I would wait for that sound to accidentally come through.
Be there, and then that. Listen, bro. Look how hard you. See what I'm saying? But that's the point that I was trying to make. Like, it's funny that I get it. Nobody's saying like nobody can feel the type of way, but to be judgmental, I think that's where I would kind of like stand off. Like, the kids today, bro, they have so much, man. And I think that I'm pretty positive. Like, that's a giant reason why it's hard for people to adapt. It's hard for people to stay focused. It's hard for people to really find something they can all the way care about. Your feelings are constantly being, mixed together with constant opinions and echo chambers, and you got so much
stimuli,
persuasion. Like
it is so much. Like if this movie was done today, right? If this movie was done today, like I totally 100% agree with them with the freaking webcam scene, because she did not consent to any of it, and she did end up getting naked and masturbating now, right? And I'm like, okay, obviously everybody in here is 18 years old, because otherwise, then there's a whole other like FBI open up situation, right?
Yeah.
But she was almost like, she was pretty much naked.
That was a hot scene, bro.
Like that one scene where you see her take her shirt off, but she's got an audience that she doesn't know about. The entire school knows about this, including Stifler's little brother. Like, okay.
That's right. Dancing when he was there. Yo, listen, listen. Fuck all the real shit out the window. Let's just think about it. Yo, American Pie, even though it was goofy, even though it was literally a kid smashing a pie, because somebody said he's a virgin, and he said, "What does it feel like?" And he said,
"It feels like American warm apple pie."
Apple pie.
Apple pie. So
and he said,
"There's the pie." Freaking, and then his dad says, "Okay," because he's shocked enough.
His awesome dad at that.
His awesome dad. His
dad.
His dad didn't snitch. All he did was he was trying to have the talk with him every moment he got.
That's right. Right? He knew it was coming. He knew because back then everything was opportunity. We didn't have YouPorn and fucking X videos and Pornhub.
You don't
have it now almost.
Yeah.
OnlyFans, Twitter.
Listen,
you ain't had that shit.
You know the reason? No, you know the reason why you couldn't make American Pie today? Because it'd be too easy.
That's right. It's fucking already out. It's out in real life. It's not even.
It'd be too freaking easy to make American Pie today, because if say you don't even need a real girl anymore.
No,
that's
right.
You have an AI. You have AI companions. You know what I'm saying? It would, man. Listen,
bro.
like I said, I agree with that scene. I would not that one scene, that webcam scene, totally 100% agree. As you know, as you know, and I see where people are coming from. You know what I'm saying? To be 100% honest, I think you're right. They're sensitive, but it's coming from a whole other like lens. Because
it's coming from a different lens. I agree with that.
It is coming from a whole other lens. And I'm not a dad, but I remember when I got caught watching porn for the first time, my mother was surprised, but I'm surprised she didn't say anything. Like, she didn't punish me or nothing. She told my dad, right? She told my dad. My dad told my cousins, my older cousins.
Yeah, he told everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she told my dad. My dad wanted to have to talk with me. My cousins find out. All they want to know is, what site were you on? And then one day, my dad, took me aside and he said, "Okay, exactly what were you looking at?" Because my mom didn't even know what I was looking at. She just knew I was looking at something, and she knew it took me a while to get there because I didn't know the web address. I just knew how to get through portals, right?
Okay.
You type in the right thing on, I'm gonna date myself, Yahoo or Ask Jeeves, and you go through all these portals just to get to one site.
That's right. And that's crazy. That's what we had to do before.
That's what we had to do. But think about it. Our parents before us had to sneak magazines, and I would hear and I didn't start hearing stories of like, oh, there's a supply of magazines out in the woods. Why would you?
Oh shit! I was just telling the story.
Under somebody's bed.
I was just telling a story to my wife and my kids. My daughter asked us, said, what was like one of our favorite childhood memories? And I was telling a story about one of the days me and my cousins, we were just having like this awesome ass day. And we went to like this clubhouse that somebody built in the woods where they were building these apartment complexes. Mm-hmm. And it was like boards and shit laying down. And we picked up a magazine. It had a car on it. It was like a race car or whatever. It was like closed, and the page that we saw, the top page, was like a race car. Mm-hmm. And we opened that shit up. We thought it was a car magazine. So we took it, we walk in, and we opened that bitch up, and ass and titties and shit all over the place. We like,
oh yeah, the cover was hit the boy.
We hit the fucking jackpot that day, bro. But that's how like you're saying, Kyle, like that's how exciting it used to be, because we didn't have that constant.
We didn't have that. Plus,
bro.
We were young. We had no clue.
That's right.
And that's another thing why people are so sensitive today, because we have more information. So you should know how to treat people, but we still don't. You should know how to handle rejection, but yet we still don't. You should know how to handle yourself on a date, regardless of who's paying for what.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm still hearing stories of, oh, he don't want to pay, or she doesn't like me because of this. Like, nah, somehow we went backwards. We have all this information. We should be able to teach and learn from each other, but instead we're like, oh, listen, she doesn't like you, screw her, and move on to someone else. Or he's not paying for this, screw him. He doesn't want to pay for my whole friend group on our one day. I'm like,
yeah,
and everything's
all my kids
now, yeah.
But no. It's an interesting argument. Like this conversation is an interesting conversation, because outside of just, whether we're talking about how sensitive things are and in forms of expression, can we say that? Yeah. Because that's really what movies are at the end of the day. Like, it's something that you're watching that it's fictional. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it based on real premise? Of course it is. Everything is kind of based on real premise. You know what I'm saying?
Or what you wish was,
similar, at least, like the closest amount of similar that you can fucking, you can get to telling a story. But there's goofy shit in American Pie that even back then, probably, like you said, like, people getting locked up for unconsenting. It's a fucking movie, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, like, I'm pretty sure, like, but for what they did for the movie, like, I get it. But if that's what you're basing your experience on, is oh well, she didn't consent to being online. Like, oh, okay, all right. Well, if that's how you look at it, like that's what we got to say. Hey, to each his own. Everybody has their own opinion. But at the same time, it's just like people who are dealing with all the information that they have now, and it really should be able to steer them into a different way of thinking. It should be able to steer them into a better way of thinking, a better way of handling situations. The problem still is, bro, this is the fucking problem. People's attitudes and people's feelings and people's emotions and people's fucking. That's why do you think there's so much shit now with people still, all the knowledge you have of how much fucking trouble you're going to get in if you're a teacher but you engage in sexual contact with your student or some shit. And these motherfuckers are still getting in trouble. You don't think you watch one person go down, man, I ain't never doing that shit.
No,
doing shit.
It happens, and for some they defend them. For crazy. others we get memes of what my teachers used to look like back when I was in school versus what teachers look like today. And I'm
that's true though. It's true. Fuck that.
It's true, but they should have some. But they should have some sense. Like Like
okay, conversation at least. At the very least, it is a conversation because that is true. Me and my brother was just talking about that shit.
It is a conversation. Like one summer, I was a counselor for this program for these kids, right?
Yeah.
And they had asked me to help them with their video projects, right? And one day I got a real awakening as to how much how old I am versus how old they are. I was like, I don't even think I was 30 yet. And these were like 16, 17-year-old boys. And one time, two of them started talking to me and they asked me, so what would you do if a teacher started hitting it? Like if you had an opportunity with a teacher, would you go for it? I'm like, first off, no, I wouldn't. Like, no, I wouldn't. They're asking if I was like their age.
Yeah, their age.
Would I try to go for a teacher? And I said no. And they're like, why not? Because number one, y'all gonna end up getting in trouble, and somebody's gonna end up going to jail. That's why. And they're like, but why? And I'm like, listen. And I pulled a quote from my high school biology teacher. You're thinking with your other head. These are 17-year-old boys, right? And that's all they were thinking about. Now, granted, also they were from the inner city. They had been through some stuff, right? But still, that's no excuse. I said, like, trust me, okay? You are thinking with your other head. There's no real sense going on there. Even if you had a chance, that's not how you want that to go. Like, everybody has that hot teacher fantasy, right? Shit. I've had crushes on teachers. You know what I'm saying? Like little innocent crushes on teachers. I ain't trying nothing. Obviously, they're much older than me. A lot of and other things. Like, there's so much that could go wrong. And for those who and for those out there who are okay with it, I want every single one of y'all to quit your jobs right now before I end up calling the cops because.
But and Kyle, this is the conversation, like, and that's why it's important to understand this shit. At the end of the day, those kids were lucky to be talking to somebody who's going to try to give them some good information.
I'm not.
At the end of the day, if we were relying, just think about it. If we're relying on a demographic of boys, and just to say, speak on us, you know what I'm saying? A demographic of boys who are hitting in puberty, developing and starting, and then watching the world around them develop. You getting your testosterone, you getting all your shit.
Yep.
And you on go mode, like we said.
You on go mode. You trying to be like it is very especially with if you've just all you're doing is watching watching stuff like okay, when we were kids, there was this show on TV called Undressed, right? About these college kids. It was on MTV. it was about these college kids. Every season had a new set of like college kids, and they were all talking about sex, like different, like in different ways, shapes, and forms, right? And I was like 14, remember watching that, having no business watching it, you know what I'm saying? But having no business watching it. But there was so much, especially at night. There was a treasure trove of stuff that just came on regular TV.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in this too. This is my first time really hearing about this. We were older. Yeah, we were like 6th grade when this shit came out.
It had a lot of people in there, a lot of people in there, and it came out at the beginning of puberty for me. So yeah, that was something I would watch regularly over the summer.
Bro, let me tell you something, bro. If this is what you was watching, you don't even want to hear the fuck I was watching. Yeah, I mean, this show it had Christina Hendricks, it had Chad Michael Murray.
Yeah,
a lot of the guys from back in the day, Adam Brody. Yep. But like I was saying with the kids, bro, it's like, if there's no way we would ever be able to rely on like, the 17-year-olds making a smart decision. Like that's the reason why they're minors now. So that's why we rely so much on the teachers to make the best decisions and shit. And 9 times out of 10, everybody's different and everybody has weird ass fucking feelings. Like I said before, bro, that's the problem with education. Isn't the whole thing. You got brilliant people who are, knowing right from wrong and all of that shit, but who can't resist the urge, whether it be gambling, whether it be, there's a lot of temptation.
Yeah, whether it be, I don't know, smoking, anything, sex.
You try so hard. You try so hard to do certain things. You're attracted to something, and this conversation is a conversation that can be a whole show, literally.
Absolutely.
But very controversial conversation as well, because nobody's trying to find any kind of acceptance.
No,
it's just acknowledgement, to be honest, because it exists, and no matter how you feel about it, this shit exists. This is why you're seeing so many. You got motherfuckers who, hey, you steal something in my country, I'm gonna chop your fucking arm off. And you got that motherfucker, he got a missing arm because he stole something. But guess what? He's in jail. You saw him in jail. You know what he's in jail for? Stealing with the other arm. And you're like, how the fuck? Bro, that's some shit that raising kids, I'm telling you right now, that's one shit that I see now. Like being able to look back and be like, damn, how the fuck did you get in trouble for that? I just did this. You got a beating, you got all the whooping, whatever. And you still doing it? There's a weird impulse that people fucking have. And some people know how to control that shit better than others, man.
Oh, yeah.
And you start learning that as you get older. And it's really bad, bro. I don't even know how we got like all the way in this like realm of the conversation that's talking about sensitivity and shit. But
yeah,
it's true, man.
It is very like, I think what we have to also think about is how to, emotions are great to have and express, but you also have to know how to regulate them, and at what and at what time do you express every single little thing you have without thinking on the internet, where it can be there forever for anybody, like for anybody to pick up. Like, I'm pretty sure I've said like some stuff on, stuff online. I've been called everything from like I've been called everything from gay to I sound like a white nerd to this, that, and the third. All of that was said on the internet back in like the days of early YouTube. And occasionally I catch strays now, but it's like now, instead of making like constantly having to think about making a video about it or getting angry about it, I'm like, okay, so what was it that triggered them? Or should I just make something funny out of it? Even with racism. I saw this video just a minute ago of a young man who was told by a commenter, go back to Africa, right? So yeah. So, but instead of getting mad about it, what he did was he made an infomercial for himself. He's like, okay, say less. You want me to go back to Africa? Fund my trip. My trip. He trolled the people and even did a GoFundMe page to get him to Africa. And he says, I'm not actually going to go. I'm going to use all the proceeds I get to fund another project. And none of the racist commenters actually funded the project. But he's like, hey, okay, you don't want me here, then okay, then here.
Yeah, he handling in his own way. Yeah, I mean, and respect to that, man. I usually choose. I got my own perspective in with dealing with people and their situations, and even conversations like this, like, you know, the Gen Zs think that it's horrible that you watch stuff like this, and so
I feel like it's okay. No, it's okay because it happens. I'm
still gonna watch it. Like, okay,
you know, because it happens every generation. Like, okay, like for example, Disney. There's a difference between how Disney knew they messed up back in the day versus Warner Bros. Disney knows they messed up with, like, you know, like racially insensitive versions of characters, like in in Peter Pan or in Dumbo, or like, you know, or even Aladdin and stuff like that.
Early fucking cartoons with the black face and the big lips.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
So what do they? So what do we do now? They give you this. They give you this. You know, this warning before every one is like the depictions you're about to see don't reflect us now, or they completely take it off the platform.
That's
Warner
right.
Bros. They just give you the warning. They have they have, you know, stuff like that is way older than that, and they still have it on their platform. But they'll let you know this is not us anymore. Now, if they were continuing to do it, it'd be a different story.
But Kyle, this conversation is going to go on for fucking ever. Hey, guys, listen, we I think we're going to do a top 5, but I'm just saying this is a good ass conversation. I don't even want to shy away from it. Think about it, bro. Isn't that fucking stupid? That think about it all the way. The only fucking reason that we have this conversation at all, and the past isn't in the past, is because the past is now in the fucking present. All of this stuff you can go back and watch now. You couldn't really do that shit before.
No,
you had a small variety of ways that you can go to the library or go to the creator's house and fucking get the things for whatever you want to. That was how you were finding out and doing projects. Documentaries that were really documentaries that you just saw, you know, whenever at a fucking film festival. Bro, it wasn't expressed like it is now, but because we have all of the ways to look at what used to be, and don't get me wrong, of course, it's also to kind of make sure we don't repeat history.
We don't repeat it.
I get that. I do get that. But to try to basically give somebody consequences for a different time period, bro, it was, no matter how you look at it, racism was never good. It was always bad. And the people that fucking, you know, did shit to people are pretty old now. If you're going back to those times when it happened, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be the, when everything got cleared, you can't sit at certain fucking benches, you can't drink at certain water fountains. To go back to those times, a lot of that shit, it got handled. Now we're here. Now there's still racism, but we can't go back to every fucking thing that happened and try to fucking down everything now because of that. Because that's where we're lost
from it.
You got to learn from it.
You have to learn from, in order not to repeat it, you have to learn from it. You can't just act like it doesn't exist. Like I will watch those old cartoons I will watch those old cartoons all the time because I love animation. Now, granted, some of those cartoons have not aged well. If you're watching, like, if you watch old school Tom and Jerry, the old school Looney Tunes,
Popeye, that shit. Beating the shit out of olive oil.
Bruh. Like some of those, like a lot of those old cartoons have not aged well. But based on the fact that I know what it is now and what the point of it is, is now, instead of saying that this should be taken away, I say let me observe it for what it is.
bro, listen,
and that
mouthful right there.
Like, yeah, exactly. Let me observe it. Let me observe it for what it is. Okay, so they did a blackface joke in freaking Tom and Jerry. This is
1945.
This is 1940 something. So let me observe that for what it is. Now, if I see someone doing blackface in 2005,
now I might talk. Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly, bro.
Like I saw a couple podcasters a few days ago. It was a clip. They were arguing about how they thought blackface wasn't a big deal in the freaking 90s because no one said
didn't
about it. Now, granted,
a lot of people didn't.
Now, granted, at the time, we did not have what we have today. If we had TikTok in freaking 1990, it'd be a different, it'd be a different story. You know what I'm saying?
Same thing I was just talking about with American Pie. Bro, listen, you're making good ass points right now, but this is the reality we live in. You can't get mad at every fucking thing, bro. You can't watch Tom and Jerry from 1945 and see somebody use blackface and then say, "Oh, well, I'm not watching Tom and Jerry anymore." You can. But think about how much you're losing, bro. Like you just said though. Think about how much you're losing. So now, because you saw one thing that you didn't like, you don't want to support it, which is cool. It's perfect for you. But now you're losing that information. Now you're losing that fucking education that you would have gained if you could have tried to see something for what the fuck it was trying to be even. If you don't have an understanding of something, how the fuck you ever going to learn anything, yo?
That's the thing. But now
the point, bro.
We're also living in a world where they're deleting certain parts of history because, speaking of being sensitive, the most sensitive people happen to be the ones in power.
That's right.
So
mind control, basically.
I can't get mad at Gen Z when the freaking baby boomers and everybody else that has some sort of power, they're doing exactly what they're doing. They're abusing their power. They're getting rid of it. They're getting rid of information that they don't like. You know what I'm saying? And they're telling it to our faces.
A different narrative. Controlling the narrative,
they're
literally.
Controlling the narrative. So I can't even really get mad at the gen before us, because the gen before all of us, the ones right now on this chat and on this platform, they're the ones getting rid of stuff. So, talk about sensitivity. Shoot, you saw what happened. Did you see what happened when they put out that new episode of South Park? What happened?
I haven't seen any episode of South Park, man, in a while.
Okay, let me give you, because I'm not really a big South Park fan, but these last couple episodes, I was like, I'm intrigued, right? So, the first episode that came out a few weeks ago happened shortly after they announced they were getting rid of PBS, right? So,
oh shit, I didn't even hear that.
Oh, you didn't know?
Nah, they get rid of PBS.
Speaking of sensitivity, yeah, dog. Speaking of sensitivity, they getting rid of PBS. They're trying to shut down PBS, and they're shutting down NPR, right? And they're replacing it with freaking Prigger U. So
what the hell is that?
Look it up, you'll find out. But anyway, so the team at South Park, in the middle of a merger, Paramount is in the middle of a merger with a company called Skydance, who they have some deals that they had made with Trump and everybody, right? So the guys from South Park, they made an episode talking about the delete, basically the shutdown of NPR, the shutdown of PBS and stuff like that, and they made fun of Trump. Now, how they made fun of Trump is the same way they made fun of Saddam Hussein back in the day. They made Trump a caricature with a small penis. They had a bunch of penis jokes up in here, and he's basically trying to get in bed literally with Satan, and Satan does not want it. Right? He's like, "Oh, come on."
I did hear about that. Yeah, I did hear about that.
And on the flip side, and on the flip side,
they don't give a fuck.
They don't care because they don't care because they've been on forever and they've made fun of everybody at this point.
And South Park, that's like you're saying, if you watch South Park and then you gonna be all fucking righteous and this isn't gonna do.
Nah,
that's all they fucking do, bro. Is just test the fucking limits.
Then Trump got on his platform. He got on, I want to say it was Truth Social, and he basically said that South Park hasn't been relevant in over 20 something years, blah blah blah, which is false.
Wrong about that.
But he just went ahead and just called them old and washed up and has-beens and stuff like that because they made fun of him. Now, because they made fun of him, he couldn't take the joke. Not only did they make fun of him, but if you watch the episode, especially the one after it, because that one deals with the ice raids and everything, but if you watch the episode, especially at the end, you're gonna be like, bro, how'd they get away with this?
I bet. But at the same time, I'm not surprised because I know I've been watching fucking South Park for years. I haven't watched it recently, but I know that South Park, they push the envelope hard as shit. Yep. And if they put out some crazy raunchy shit, I definitely would not be shocked. Like, oh, they did what? Like, nah, that's what the fuck they do. Trying to put you fully in picture. The funding has been cut.
Funding's been cut
for public broadcasting. Who created Mr. Rogers? Yeah, man, some of the most classic TV shit we've ever watched. Reading Rainbow, Sesame Street, which means bye bye PBS, as well over the next years. Damn, man, that's really crazy.
They cut the funding. They cut the funding. One of the things I heard, I don't know how true this is, but given where we are right now, I don't really. Anything could be true. So they basically said that PBS leans too far to the left, and it's also not they basically called it a waste of money. So that's why now, granted, people have been trying to go after PBS for years. Mr. Rogers had to defend it at one point.
Oh yeah, Mr. Rogers, he crossed a lot of barriers having the black mailman and sharing the pool with him and stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that crossed barriers.
To defend it. LeVar Burton had to defend it during his time on Reading Rainbow. Yeah. Public broadcasting has been like on the eyes of some politicians for years. But I think of it the same way schools would get rid of like the art programs and the music programs.
There you go. Yeah, that's a good comparison. I mean, at the same time, it really does suck because it probably sucks more for us than it does for anybody that's watching this right now because we grew up with PBS, teaching us some of the most classic shit that we've ever learned.
Stuff
exactly like
this was early development stuff, and now you want to get which we call it recently Sesame Street, which was on HBO for a while. They're going to be on Netflix. So there's going to be
so they are still going.
Yeah,
I know they were on HBO Max. I didn't know they moved.
They were on HBO Max because they had inked a deal with HBO some years back, right? Yeah. And they had just about every Sesame Street episode dating from I believe 1969 when it first premiered. So
that's awesome.
So it's awesome. Yeah, it's very cool. Like if you I don't know if you're into documentaries.
Oh yeah.
But there's a dope Sesame Street documentary that they did on HBO explaining the whole origin. And if you want to see some sensitive people then in the freaking 60s and 70s, yeah, that'll show you. They had to cut one Sesame Street episode because it scared kids. They had
man, listen, bro. Even the puppets back then looked fucking horrifying.
Oh, it wasn't the puppets. It was they had a guest spot for the Wicked Witch of the West from Wizard of Oz.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Scared the mess out of some kids. And all she was doing was looking for a broom, but she was acting all mean about it, right?
Yeah,
so there was a letter writing campaign to cut that episode off because she scared the kids. And the actress had to go on Mr. Rogers and explain, I'm not really her. This is just a costume. Yeah. Then there was another thing that got cut. It was a puppet from some of the originals that got cut, right? And the black community went after him, and he was made by a black person. Went after him for basically being too black.
So what you're trying to say, Kyle, is that this is nothing fucking new. It's just more people.
It's nothing new. It's just a different
more people
era.
bitching about something else, fucking everything up, making everything not fun anymore. I put out a post on TikTok recently. You know, we talk. B-Line, to tell y'all right now, we definitely got a nostalgia night coming up. I want to talk about some old school toys and fun stuff. But listen, bro, I mean, I did a post where I was just like, yo, I miss the shit that used to be. I miss how fun things used to be. I missed turning on. I'm not even a kid anymore, but I would love to turn on a commercial and see a fun McDonald's commercial. They actually just recently had one with Ronald McDonald and Grimace for the new adult, kids Happy Meals.
Yeah, I saw that, man. I thought I'd never see those characters again.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, we've talked about it multiple. We had our favorite we did our top 5 favorite cereal commercials. Yep. I think we had or something like that.
We did, yeah.
Bro, I miss just when shit was fun, when it was advertised and it was fun. But then they were saying is marketing to kids, and then kids are fucking getting fat and being unhealthy. They're thinking it's the right way to go. So now McDonald's looks like a fucking DMV, and everything else is just lame, bro.
It looks like a DMV,
bro. It really does look like a fucking a drug center.
It's just gray and dingy. Yeah,
we can go into World War III. Get the Muppets,
and Sesame Street will somehow keep on chugging. Babe, you are 100%. You are 100% right.
Real, man.
Me and Babe, we stay. We're nostalgic. We know where we live, but we're very nostalgic for certain things about our childhood. A lot of media. So one day we were just watching commercials for the heck of it.
Yeah. Oh shit, man. I do that stuff all the time. Sometimes I'll be
as a kid.
Just watching YouTube, and then you hate a commercial, right? Yeah, isn't that crazy? But when I'm on TikTok, bro, like I'm gonna go upstairs right now. I have my own account. I go on my own account. I nothing posting. I just go and I just watch shit. And one of the things I'm always doing is always nostalgia. Old. I was watching. They had the Terminator 2 toys commercial had popped up on there, and I was like, I remember
the franchise had no business having toys, dog.
Bro, it was so fucking. Bro, when I had the motorcycle, I had the Terminator where you moved his arm and his fucking face popped off, and all of that shit, bro. John Connor with the fucking moped. I had all of that, and I loved it. That was one of the things I loved about back in the day with the toys that came out right after a movie came out.
After a rated R film.
Right? Every fucking thing.
Every movie had a toy line.
That's right. I had every one of them shits too. Yeah, man. Listen, this has been a good ass conversation, and I didn't think we were going to go this deep, Kyle. But we went really deep on this. But the thing about, I think we both made really, really good points.
Yes.
Listen, nobody's attacking anybody, really, bro. It's just, to me, and I always speak my piece. To me, it does kind of suck that people are scared to take risks more now. And I think that's the best way to say it, because there's going to be somebody that has the ability to complain about the shit. Just like Kyle was saying, there was people that was complaining about shit even back in the 60s, 70s, 80s. Don't fucking matter. Everybody's always complaining. The only difference now is your complaint can be times fucking 1,000,000 in a heartbeat, because it's super easy. You could do it laying in your bed, crippled, handicapped. You don't even got to fucking move. You don't got to do anything. But before, it took a little bit more work. Like, so you might think a little less. Maybe you'd be a little pissed off about the Wicked Witch of the West, who was the Wicked Witch of the West from The Wizard of Oz, and you notice her and say, "Oh, she's scaring the kids. Okay, I'll just turn that off." Nah. Now you can make a post, join a group in the same day, and have 4,000 fucking people, and get Sesame Street shut down. And that's where the problem is kind of being a little bit more attention is paid to it, because you can't really enjoy anything anymore, bro. It's very, it's hard, man.
Yep.
That's what I just kind of wish that shit would change a little bit, man.
Yeah, we gotta learn how to, like, I love being the emotional guy that I am, but I also know that there's times where I just need to talk to somebody. I just need to talk to somebody. I just need to breathe it out, acknowledge what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm not the type of person to constantly post about everything that I'm feeling when I'm feeling it. Sometimes I do, you know, but not all the time. Mostly because, you know, it's the internet. I know who cares and who doesn't. You know.
Listen, that's a good way to put it, man. That's a good way to put it, and that's your own self-acknowledgement, your own self-awareness, which is, you know, which makes you you, man. And it does suck that more people can't really kind of join in on that, but hey, man, it is what it is. Guys, listen, yo, this has been an awesome episode. We actually went for almost 2 hours. I was fucking tired when I first started the show. I'm like wide awake now. So thank you guys all for watching. I've been seeing you guys have been jumping in and out. We've been hitting some pretty good points you guys must have really been interested in. But yo, we usually do the top 5. This is gonna be the second week that we are gonna kind of have to pass around the top 5. It's been a while. We've been on this episode. So what I'm thinking about, Kyle, and you tell me if you agree, you know, we can talk about it throughout the week. Next week maybe we'll just do a top 5 episode. Let's do a couple. We'll do the one from tonight, and we'll do a couple more. We'll kind of just talk about different things. It'll give us the ability to use the whole show. And after that, we definitely got to hit a nostalgia night. I want to fucking nostalgia night. I want to talk about some old school stuff. As a matter of fact, we'll talk with each other about ideas and see what we're gonna talk about. Bring back some old school stuff. But Beeline, listen, this is a great show, man. This is a great way to wrap up the week. I feel really good. I got no work tomorrow. What you got going on, Kyle? Anything new?
I got watch out for new A for Abled stuff going, you know, A for Abled stuff going down the pipeline. I got two episodes. Well, one episode coming out in the next couple of days, and a new one on the way, talking everything from I honestly, this next one's gonna be talking about bipolar disorder, and these next 2 episodes are going to be pretty heavy. I'm not going to lie, but check it out on Spotify at A for Abled, and also on YouTube at the A for Abled podcast, where we talk about living with disabilities, mental health, and whatever else. It's definitely a beautiful conversation with some beautiful people, and just gotta say thank you for everyone for supporting.
Yeah, guys, definitely go hit up Kyle. Like I said, every single week we put a show out. All his info is right there, so definitely go follow him. Check out A for Abled. A lot of really, really great conversation that's being had. And if you think that you want to talk about some stuff with Kyle and kind of air some stuff out, it feels good to talk about some shit, man. It really does feel good to talk about some shit for sure. But guys, we really appreciate you guys for watching. We will be back next week. Thank you guys for all the shows going so well this week. It's been phenomenal shows this week. We will be back on Tuesday with the Beeline Web Show. It's going to be a brand new episode. Hopefully, we'll be able to talk a little bit more about what the hell is going on with DC right now and Los Angeles, and man, there's some crazy shit going on right now. Kyle, you been seeing all of that?
I have been seeing. Oh God, man! I'm gonna just say this. Whatever side of the fence you are on, listen to the crazy guy. If he says he's gonna do something, more than likely he's gonna do it.
It sounds like it, bro. He's fucking doing shit. One thing I can say about this president is this motherfucker. He ain't lying. So y'all
even if it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. But that's just my opinion.
He wilding out. It's a lot of I did a really long episode about it on Tuesday. I don't agree with President Trump and the shit he's doing, man. There's parts of it that I agree with as far as just wanting things to be better, but not in the way that it's getting done. So it's a hard fucking conversation because it's just so much, man. But yeah, definitely a lot going on, but still, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna enjoy, and we're gonna talk about it. That's the most important part. But until next week, we gonna say, please stay true, stay positive, pay attention, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace out, guys. Have a great night.
Peace.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed that episode, make sure you head on over to the Beeline Entertainment LLC YouTube channel, where we have so much more for you. We have the Beeline Web Show on Tuesday nights, as well as Straight Through the Ropes Wrestle Talk on Wednesdays, and of course, the Beeline Entertainment Show on Thursday night. Join us and make sure that you hit that like, hit that share, and of course, subscribe with that bell button for the notifications so you can make sure you're getting all the great content from the Beeline Entertainment LLC. Let's go!